Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Has anybody ever heard of the chick, Patrisse Cullors? Did I say her name right? I really don't give a shit if I butcher her name at this point. I don't know if y'all heard, but what's trending right now is the name Patrisse Cullors. I'm gonna read both articles from the New York Post. Patrisse Cullors says her mistakes with white guilt money were weaponized against her. If y'all don't know who Patrisse Cullors is, let me brief you real quick though.
Colors, and welcome to Fuck White Supremacy, Let's Get Free with the Hammer Museum. I want you all to step in wherever you are and do the electric slide with me. This performance is for every single person who is being impacted by white supremacy, every single person that's being impacted by COVID transphobia. Let's dance together.
That's some bullshit. Oh my God. So if y'all don't know who Patrisse Cullors is, there you go. Black Lives Matter co-founder Patrisse Cullors said that $90 million in white guilt money came pouring into the organization's coffers after the murder of George Floyd. The group had no infrastructure in place to handle the flood of cash. And now the mistakes made are being weaponized against her. Talk about not taking accountability for your own actions. I'm a human being that has made mistakes, that want to change, want to challenge those mistakes, and want to learn from those mistakes. We talk about $90 million in mistakes though. So what you're saying is you should never even took that money. You should have perhaps told them, hold your money until we have infrastructure in the Black Lives Matter organization that was funded by George who? Do your own research. Pay attention. Former executive director of the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation also addressed allegations that she had personally benefited from the donations, purchasing homes for herself, 6 homes, including a $6 million property in Los Angeles, which included a 7-bedroom mansion, a pool, a soundstage, and a garden. Of course, got to get the garden done with Patrisse. Patrisse, you got to get the garden, right? This was an investment, she said. It's not Patrisse Cullors' real estate. It's the organization's real estate. It's your organization, though. You're a founder. Cullors said the house was to be used. Hold up. Let's get another frame of good old Cullors.
Fuck white supremacy. Let's get free.
Let's get free.
With the Hammer Museum.
Here we go.
I want you all to
we gonna get a good one.
Wherever
We
you
gonna get a good one. You know what I'm
the electric slide with me.
That left leg. Hey, your right leg gonna get tired standing on one leg and with all that. Girl, you gonna fall, girl. Cool with the pause button. Cullors said the house was to be used as a media creation space for Black Lives Matter and also a safe house for activists. But she said the organization decided to stay mum about the true purpose of the mansion out of fear that the right-wing media would jeopardize the safety of those associated with the movement. The minute we shared the information with the public, the right-wing media would do what they always do and they always did, she said, because the right-wing media doesn't have any sense or care for people's security and safety. Oh, she playing the victim role real nice there. Cullors' interview was uploaded the same day it was reported by the Post. Damage control that the rapper and entrepreneur Damon Turner, the father of her youngest child, was paid almost 5 times the amount Black Lives Matter paid to the Trayvon Martin Foundation. Chew on that, black delegation. According to the group's latest filing with the IRS, Cullors paid Turner's company $969,459 for production, design, and media service media services in the fiscal year 2020. So what you're saying is he did this?
Patrisse Cullors, and welcome to Fuck White Supremacy, Let's Get Free with the Hammer Museum. I want you all to step in wherever you are and do the electric...
Shut the fuck up. An additional $840,000 went to a security company owned by Cullors' brother. So you see where the money going. Cullors resigned.
Yeah, exactly.
Check it. Cullors resigned from the organization a month after the Post revealed that she went on a $3.2 million real estate buying spree. Cullors denied that the money used to buy residential properties in Georgia and California came from the charity, and those properties do not show up in the filing. Black Lives Matter was founded by Cullors, Alicia Garza, and Ayo Tameti. Tameti, I'm gonna just go Tameti in 2013. A charity honoring the memory of Martin, the unarmed black teen who was killed, George Zimmerman, who's still out there prancing around like he got it like that. Nobody shoot him yet, but we shooting each other.
Yep.
By 2020, Cullors was the only remaining co-founder still attached to the organization. After Floyd was murdered by Minneapolis cop Derek Chauvin, Black Lives Matter found itself on the receiving end of millions of dollars in donations from individuals and companies eager to support the movement aimed at combating police brutality and racial discrimination. How'd that work out for us? It was a major shock, Cullors said of the sudden influx of cash. That was a lot of white guilt money. Cullors argued that Black Lives Matter had no framework in place to deal with the $90 million in donations, and complained that the black-led organization was held to a different set of standards than nonprofits led by white activists. Shut the fuck up.
What?
Super G, if you was given $90 million to make change for the black delegation, I'm not even gonna ask you what you would do. What I would ask you, would you buy 6 houses?
No.
Made no sense to buy them houses.
It doesn't make sense at all.
Now if you bought a building, if you bought a commercial building for a homeless shelter out in the Minneapolis area, now we're talking, Patrisse. But you got $90 million. You ain't spend it right yet. You've been spending it on yourself. You've been spending it on your family too.
On your lavish life and your family.
Look, so she says some of my mistakes are being weaponized against me and also the entire movement. Don't put the whole black delegation behind this shit here. This has you written all over it, Miss Patrisse.
That's a profile.
Fucking doing the electric slide while people are getting gunned down, unarmed. Hey, let's dig in the archives. Let's take a break. We're gonna take a little break, but we're gonna dig in the archives and we're gonna explain this whole Black Lives Matter. If y'all ain't get it now, y'all gonna get it now.
You see this blood in my eye. I've been going through some things I just can't explain. You see this blood in my eye. Pop a pill for the pain and never change. I stay medicated, trying to run away from Satan. I'm from a generation where they love to see you hate. Dedicated, but it's like I barely made it. Frustrated, every day I'm losing patience. You see this blood in my eye.
Ladies, gentlemen, the unidentified, new subscribers and all, welcome to another Chronicles of Cool. I got one question for the black delegation. Should we cancel Black Lives Matter? You know it, it's my 7 cents. This is out of blacklivesmatter.com. Hashtag Black Lives Matter was founded in 2013 in response to the acquittal of Trayvon Martin's murderer. Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation Incorporated is a global organization in the US, UK, and Canada whose mission is to eradicate white supremacy and build local power to intervene in violence inflicted on black communities by the state and vigilantes. Black Lives Matter Instagram posted a, quote, Twerk on Washington post with caption reading, Twerk on Washington is a declaration of freedom and healing, advocating for the decolonization of over-sexualizing black women's bodies to reclaim an ancient sacred dance of liberation and wellness, sampling the I Have a Dream by the great Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., delivered during the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. Does this match up with the website's language? Does this help or harm the black delegation? And who okayed this post? I always said Black Lives Matter stands for black feminism because there's little to no mention of black men on the site. And while we're at it, BLM, what are your plans for the $10 billion raised? That's enough to repair some communities, provide resources and services for those in the black delegation only, for those who need it due to the pandemic. You can also provide top-notch legal representation for those families affected in police-involved shootings of unarmed black men and women. It's no wonder other delegations don't take us seriously or lack respect for us. Hell, some of us allow other cultures to call us the N-word. Ice Cube met with politicians for change, and many in the black delegation annihilated him for it. I wonder what the cocktails with queens with Claudia Jordan, Lisa Ray, Selena Johnson, and Vivica Fox think about this one. I mean, they went at Cube hard for producing a contract for Black America, but where was the same energy, ladies? Ladies!
They say this shit is trending, but I don't see no YouTube channels covering this. This needs to be heard.
I just feel like it's definitely paying for her lifestyle, her lavish lifestyle. I mean, and my thing is, why do people, and I'm saying in general, but I'm really pertaining to her as well. But why do, when you have this running an organization and for a positive message, positive cause, but then you're going to take the money for your own personal gain?
Who owns that organization? George Soros. Remember, it's
okay, I see what you're saying.
It's two types of Black Lives Matter.
I got you.
There's the culture,
I got you,
and there's the vulture. There's the culture and there's the vulture. You got to choose.
And she's the vulture.
She's the vulture. $90 million worth. I thought I mentioned $10 billion, but who knows what the numbers are? It might be more than 90. It might be more than 10.
I was about to say that it could be more. This is what they're filing through the taxes, right? Through the tax filings. That's where the numbers are coming from.
Well, let's talk about that tax filing. Stay tuned.
I actually did not know what 990s were before all of this happened. Something's being weaponized against us that many people don't even know and honestly don't care about. It is such a trip now to hear the word, the term 990s. I'm like, ugh, it's like triggering.
It's triggering to have to comply with state and federal laws, Shannon.
Well, and they have pushed back a lot of times saying that this is the criticism is deeply rooted in racism or sexism. One of the most interesting and exposing articles came from a black author who talked about how he was raised by a single black woman, how he himself has had guns of the police trained on him. He said, I didn't want to go where these, facts were taking me, but I had real concerns in writing about this. He wasn't, some right-wing conservative person who was writing about this. What gets me is that we find out the average donation was about $30. So think about the person who thought, I want to help these families, I feel we're wronged, and I want to stand in the gap and do something good. Those are tiny little donations that they ended up at $90 million. There's an interesting piece in the Washington Post. It was an opinion piece by Karen Attia, who is a black female columnist over at the Post. She said this: the lack of transparency is a serious betrayal. We cannot defend a BLM national leadership that arrogantly refuses to be accountable to black victims and communities. So a lot of the criticism is coming from within the black community, who says, we need to be able to stand behind this, but you're putting us in a position where we can't.
We saw that these expenditures are mind-boggling. Almost $1 million for private jets, about $1 million to her baby daddy for event production. That person is selling $145 sweatshirts on his website, and people were donating in average increments of $30. And the families of these victims in these certain arenas have received $200,000. And it's really not about the money, but the blatant hypocrisy between the two, and the fact that there was actually no compassion, no generosity extended whatsoever by this group that now refuses to be held accountable and hides behind labels like racist and triggered.
Just like the Lincoln Project, it's just like Bernie Madoff investments now at this point, all with the purpose of making the very top of their organizations rich. And it begs the question once again, does Black Lives Matter, did it have a positive effect on the black community? Because then when you look at the numbers here, all right, the murder rate in the black community jumped 43% in 2020. That is the same year, as you mentioned, that they raised $100 million.
Get into who's been harmed by this. Think about those local organizations who thought that they were part of something. I mean, let's face it, the national organization hasn't really done much. They weren't organizing against all of the young people who were shot and killed over a couple of summers. Right? Not just in the protesting, but I mean, the crime in Chicago has been crazy. Where is BLM, the organization? Where are the protests in Chicago saying no more black lives taken?
Just from this year alone, up to 8 out of every 10 homicide victims in the city of Chicago are young African American men. And we have heard nothing from that national organization. And yes, to Joe's point, this is the tip of the iceberg, because this is them complying. It's basically an audit to maintain their nonprofit status. This hasn't even touched, actually, the IRS civil or criminal division.
Right.
But based on what we know thus far, I wouldn't hold my breath that there wouldn't be one of those investigations, because I think one's coming.
IRS is definitely gonna get her.
They better. I want to see jail time for her. It was a family affair.
It was a family affair.
It was a family
It's sad because 9 and 10, and it's just sad because 9 and 10 stuff like this. It seems like when people like they all in cahoots, then the whole the family is all in on it. That's just so foul. Like
when you say that,
they all should go down.
She said they possess the skill set. All of them possess the skill set.
That's just so wrong in so many levels.
I couldn't.
And basically what they were saying, that the people she stole the money from, like a lot of organizations, like some businesses, that they're gonna it's gonna be a whole big thing, not just the IRS. Everybody else gonna be coming after her too. People that donated that money.
Yeah. If you donated to Black Lives Matter, you donated to Twerk on Washington. This is what you paid for. If you donated to Black Lives Matter, that's what you paid for. What you also paid for is because it's the Twerk on Washington. That means it's freedom and healing. It's the peep this. This is to fight the over-sexualizing the female body. You over-sexualize it, goddamn selves. Have you seen the timeline on IG?
Yeah. Exactly.
But it's
every day on IG, every day.
But it's black men's fault, Super G. It's our fault. It's our fault.
I know. I blame y'all anyway. So
it's our fault. It's our fault. And in the situation where these women are posting themselves on IG, I gotta say, sometimes it is men's fault. If they be liking that bullshit and putting the little hearts and I love you, baby, be my daddy.
Yeah, the hearts, and all of that other stuff, the star, and all that lights and like whatever.
Brother, please, brother.
Like, calm down.
This is why they all fucked up. They made a lot of money from sweatshirts and shit like that. Merch.
All the apparel and stuff.
Yeah, no telling how much money she got out there. John able to buy 6, not 1, not 2, 3, 4.
But 6.
But 6.
And then didn't she buy? But didn't she also buy what you call it, as a private plane or a private jet or something? Plane, I think it was.
I heard, I think she does. How the fuck you get a Creflo Dollar got a plane? And what's with you black delegates that got the power that want a fucking jet? You know how much it costs to take care of a fucking jet? Just wash it. Washing a jet is too much money.
Yeah. So just imagine the rest.
Yeah, the maintenance and shit. You should have seen the commercial. They was trying to sway the Creflo Dollar Church, the congregation. They had like a promotional video to have people start donating towards his new jet. I think he got the new jet too. But they showed the old jet, right? They pinpointed a big ass dent on the roof of the plane. You had to see the plane. The plane looked like it been through motherfucking Congo. Crash and all that shit. Man, you had to see so when you see the promotional video and they say, yeah, we've been flying around with this shit, but if you donate, we can fly around with this shit. And shit was like a golden fucking jet. Shit was all flossed out and shit. I think he got it too because the people
contribute to it.
My black delegation.
To his lavish lifestyle. Once again.
I've said this countless times. I said we have to stop giving power and mics and money to those who don't deserve it. Hey, we facing a whackdemic and inflation. How are y'all able to donate to motherfuckers on YouTube that ain't giving you a goddamn thing to go off? Nope. Answer me that. I want everybody that listen to the bullshit they listen to on YouTube that donate, what are they giving you to go off? So when you log off, then what? Why don't you get some information or something you can actually take from you? Man, hey, Super G, I don't know about you, but I've learned so much just by searching YouTube like I used to do Google, and I know they work hand in hand. I ask the listeners, if you're listening to content creators on YouTube and donating, what are some of these creators giving you to go off for that donation? Do we need to start canceling the cancel culture? Because y'all ain't canceling correctly. I say this time and time again. I'm not going to say it yet, but I have to urge the black delegation and shit, other delegations as well, because y'all, we ain't the only ones that be duping each other. I'm just saying, everybody, all the coaches be duping each other. We gotta stop doing that. Yeah. If we just did the opposite of everything dumb, the world would be a better place. Mm-hmm. I just know that.
There's a lot of scammers.
Yeah, I'm thinking a little deep. If motherfuckers just put their guns down, I ain't say throw them away. Just put shit down for a little bit. Wrap that shit up, put it in its case, and put that shit to the side. Just chill for a little bit. The world will be a better place. I'm talking to my black delegation right now, because we could talk about, police killing unarmed blacks. We know that's happening. But goddamn, to top that off, we killing each other. Black lives do matter, but we gotta act like it at this point, because we ain't acting like it.
Yeah, because how can you say black lives? I mean, I'm gonna have to agree. I mean, you're killing each other. I mean, you hear about that on the news a lot.
On a t-shirt. Going to a t-shirt.
Yeah, I mean, why are we killing each other? Well, I mean, why? You know what I'm saying? Just like you hear like a domestic thing. Oh, the guy, he mad because his girl is with another guy, so he gonna shoot both of you. I mean, why?
Don't hate the
why does
player.
It matter?
Hate the game. The game.
Like,
the game got you in this.
Well, somebody bumped into him up the street when he was at the store. Oh, I'm gonna go retaliate. Let me go lavish. Why? I mean, come on.
It makes no sense.
What's the point? It doesn't. And then like this, like back with Patrisse Cullors, like was she, and like this whole thing too. When you have, and like I said, it's all over, any race, a lot of scam. You have these organizations, they, try to get people to trust and build. This is for a cause, but then you're scamming, taking the money for your own personal gain. You're not even using it to build a homeless shelter, more school buildings, anything.
Dr. Umar Johnson.
Uh-huh.
Where's the school, brother?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, right?
Hassan Campbell.
Right?
Where's that bus for them kids, bruh? Mm-hmm. All them donations got them racked up on YouTube, man. Where that money going? And you know what? There's people that still want to donate to you. Damn,
and that's the saying. People want to still donate, and they're going to still take. They're going to keep taking it, and then that's why they driving around in all these fancy ass cars and fancy ass homes, living like this like they earned it. No, they did not earn it.
Clearly. I give you the fire. You burning up right now. Keep it going.
Yeah. They did not earn that shit, because that shit just eats me alive, because I hate shit like that. When people take advantage of a sense of a cause for their own personal gain.
This hurts. $90 million.
Yeah.
Biden's giving another $40 billion to Ukraine.
Ukraine.
Here we are with 90 million. The black delegation had a group of folk for the black delegation to come up on 90 million. Who knows how much? It might be
and
more.
It might be more. I think it's more. It's definitely possibly going to be more. That's just probably what they found so far, but I think it's more. Usually something like that, when you're dealing with a lot of money and you're getting it from a lot or receiving it from a lot of, different like business people, whatever you want to call it, 9 and 10 is going to be more money.
And
it's going to be more than that.
And this is what y'all's money paid for.
Colors, and welcome to Fuck White Supremacy.
It's just sad.
Let's get free.
This don't make sense.
Nah. We can no longer give our. Hey, I don't know. To be real, people are broke. People out here broke. So I don't know where they getting the money to just give the motherfuckers on YouTube just cause. And that goes for every content creator that doesn't give their listeners something to go off at the end of their show. And you have tons of topics we done went over on this show that you can go off. There's no bullshit. I'm not beefing with other YouTubers, doxing people, putting their business out on Front Street. I'm not cursing up a storm, drinking liquor all goddamn day. I'm drinking a peppermint tea.
On the channel of Cool. Like and share and subscribe.